guys. Welcome back to the Reality Receipts podcast, starring me, Storytime with Ricky.
And me, Reality Ashley. And I'm kind of missing the sunglasses look. Like, that was a little bit of a vibe, but it's nice to see your eyeballs today. So.
I know, I'm so glad you're feeling better.
I am. I'm getting there. I feel a lot better. Unfortunately, took off all my eyelashes, so I'm a little bald in the eyelashes today.
Looking amazing.
But you can see our eyes, so it's an improvement. But I don't know. Maybe we have to do the sunglasses like once every few months just for fun, or I'll probably get sick again because that's what happens to me. So
that was so much fun. I was like rewatching it, looking. I was like, oh my god, I can't even take us serious right now.
I know. I made a little clip of us talking about something, and I was just like, I don't know what it is, but with the glasses on, we just seem like out of it. We're like,
So funny.
It was just, it was funny.
Yeah. So, did you watch tonight's episode of Love Island?
Of course I did. Like, immediately the second it dropped, because I can't wait any longer.
I was waiting till 6 o'clock, and then my friend like started texting me stuff about the episode, and she was like, I was like, how are you watching it? Yeah, we still have 1 minute till it starts. And she was like, no, it was on the app at 5:40.
Yeah, they drop it early.
Well, I wait until I get the thing from Peacock that says Love Island is now available. I would have known it came on at 5:40. I'm like, I'm sitting here waiting for it to come on. I was eating my Trader Joe's seafood boil.
I heard Trader Joe's has such good stuff. We don't have that here.
Oh my god, they're opening one right next to my house to where I could just like walk.
Oh my gosh, that's gonna be amazing and dangerous too, probably, because I heard they just have like so many good little treats and snacks and goodies. And
yes,
yeah, I gotta check it out one day.
Yeah, when you come.
Yes, when I come visit soon, hopefully. I can't believe it's almost July, but anyways, back to the episode. Yeah, I heard it drops on Peacock at 5:40 every time though. That's what I've been told.
Good to know. Good to know, because I've been waiting till 6.
Yeah, apparently on my app it's like 6:20, so we're opposite. So you get it early, I get it late. So
okay.
Yes. Yeah, so this one I didn't fast forward to the end because I was like, I don't, I knew like bombshells were coming and that was going to be exciting, but I wasn't like dying to know what happened at the end, so I just watched it like a normal person. Same. Yeah, from the start to the end. So
we weren't anxious this episode. The last few episodes we've been really anxious.
Yes, I know, with the whole what's happening with Huda, and is she staying or is she going? And yeah, now that we know she's here to stay, it was easier to just like settle into the episode and just see what happens. So
yeah, so it basically, the episode started with Taylor and Alandria trying to give her that tough love talk. He said, I guess it was surprising for me that we all assumed that Taylor voted for Huda because he wanted to get Jalen out.
Yeah.
In this episode, he kind of says, I voted for you because I think you deserve a second chance. And he kind of gives her a tough love speech where it's like, we're not, Black people mean business when they say on some real shit. Okay. Like that means that they mean business. Okay.
Okay.
On some real shit, you need to stop with the toxic stuff. We want positive vibes. We don't want to hear you fighting. And, she tries to give some pushback yet again. She says, B word this, B word that. And then he goes, hey, that's that shit I'm talking about. Don't you do that. And then she also, I do wish, I know they were trying to help her take accountability and they were trying to do it in a loving way. But I do wish that when she would have said, he's screwed me over so bad and he got to go on a date and he got to get recoupled. I wish somebody would have said that was not his choice. He did not.
That's the thing. Yeah, no one is explaining anything to her. I feel like if anything, they're leading her in the wrong direction, which we see later, but we'll get there. But it's like they keep like, no one is telling her straight to her face what is going on, what they're all talking about behind her back, what she's doing wrong, which, they shouldn't have to tell her, but they keep saying these things that's leading her to believe that Jeremiah was the problem. And so she's thinking she's having this big moment of like, I'm not putting up with that and that bitch and this stuff. And it's like, no, you're the problem, or they're both the problem. But, she's not understanding what is actually going on, and she's just making this stuff up in her head, which is
and when she said bitch and he said that's that shit I'm talking about, he meant the name calling shit, like that's what but it just kind of like, she seems like the person like you have to be very direct with, like, yes, you are the problem. Jeremiah is sick of it. We're sick
Mhm.
of it. You can't act like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Mhm.
We do hear Olandra say, and no being mean to Iris, I'm
Mhm.
glad she put that
Thankfully.
out there, thankfully.
Mhm.
And she promised that she wouldn't talk to Jeremiah and then went and talked to Jeremiah. So
Wait, though. Did you believe Taylor when he said went on Huda's side to give her a chance? Because I was kind of like, why would Ace send Jalen home and Taylor wouldn't for that reason? You know what I mean? Like they must have talked about that and both been on the same page of like Jalen's got to go, if that's a thing. So I was like feeling like he was just trying to cover it up so he didn't look insecure or like Jalen worried him, or maybe it was like a little bit of both. Like,
I think that's a valid point that like he ain't gonna say in front of his girl like I wanted to send my competition home, but I think
yeah,
that's what he did.
yeah, I think that makes more sense than like trying to give her a second chance. Like I don't think
Taylor hates Huda. He hates her.
yeah.
Just like the rest of
I
us. Like
know. He's always trying to be like buddy buddy with him, like I love you, and he's kind of like you could just see in his eyes, he's like get away from me, but yeah,
yeah,
it's
yeah,
yeah,
yeah. So then we see her quite literally leave her talk with Taylor and Alandria after you just called Jeremiah a bitch. You just told him, you're a dick, and then you go and eavesdrop on his conversation with Iris, which
yeah. Uh, she didn't change a bit. The second that vote happened, she was back to her old tricks, sneaking around and listening, and yeah, I think if Taylor hadn't have had that chat with her, she would have been yelling and screaming and name calling. But she was like trying so hard to compose herself,
Mhm.
and you could just tell she didn't want to.
Yeah. Yeah. It's the listening in on people's.
Wait, yeah, so she definitely wanted to flip out, but you could see her like playing Taylor's words in her head, and she was like, I gotta keep it cool, otherwise everyone is done with my shit. So,
Yeah, but I find it interesting. One, like you said, she's up to her old tricks because you're still creeping around. And we said don't talk to him at all. You just called him a B word to
yeah,
Taylor. Why do you want to talk to him? And I'm sorry, Ashley, she went into that conversation thinking it that they were going to get back together because you
yeah,
could just tell by how she's trying to victimize herself yet again. She's crying, trying to make him feel bad. In this one, we finally hear him say some words where he's like, no one in this villa would talk to me like that. No one would yell and curse and scream like that. And she instantly says, well, you tore my heart into pieces.
yeah,
So again, he's directly telling her what she's doing as
hmm
it turns it back on him, deflects back on him. That's not what we're talking about right now, bitch. We're talking about how you called me all kinds of assholes. Like, you know what I mean?
yeah,
Like, and
hmm
then it's like, she's just sitting there looking at him. You really hurt me.
yeah. She keeps,
What did I do to hurt you? I wish you would have
yeah,
asked me that. Besides not coming to check on you, I understand that was super hurtful. But she's like,
hmm
you broke my heart. You broke my heart. And it's like, I feel like this is all ways of secretly trying to say, I love you or I'm in love with you yet again. Because who talks like this? You know what I
yeah,
mean? About somebody you're not in love with.
hmm yeah. She definitely seems in love with him, and I think at the end when they hugged, she like thought they were gonna like kiss or
100%.
something. Yeah,
100%.
yeah,
100%.
yeah. She
And
was
Taylor
shocked.
barges in and like,
Yeah,
didn't we
I'm glad.
for this? But I
Yeah.
don't really like how she handled him. Like, can you just like let us have this moment and then this is it? And it wasn't it because if Jeremiah would have went in for that kiss, that cycle would have started again, and that's what she was
hmm
hoping for. You seen as soon as Taylor left, she scooted closer to him.
Yeah.
She scooted closer to him, and you have you ever when you like I don't know, have you ever like broken up with a guy and then you go to have a chat that's like a closure chat, but really in your mind, at the end you guys are going to reconcile. So you do
Yeah.
all this talking, all these goodbyes, and then y'all end up fucking. I think that's
Yeah.
what she thought was like.
Everybody knows the closure talk is not a real closure
Yeah, that
talk, right?
closure talk, but I think that she's forgetting like we're on a TV show and like that
hmm
this isn't like real life. Like maybe in the real world, had you and Jeremiah had a relationship that was longer than a week and you guys had this talk, maybe it would lead back to like getting together. But like I
Yeah.
could tell that's what she was hoping for, and that's what she thought that was. And it's like,
Yeah.
after all of this, you still want to get back with after everything you've done, after how you've acted, after calling him names to everyone and their mom, like you still want to
Hmm.
get back with him. You still tried to go in for a kiss. And if Jeremiah would have taken that kiss, the cycle would have
Hmm.
started. And you hear him say, I'm gonna have to politely decline her chats from now on, which is the right
Yeah.
thing to do.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think like they said, he publicly chose someone else in front of everyone. Like the you can't be more direct than that. He has directly announced to everyone he doesn't want you anymore. So you have no reason to be angry or upset or make all these scenes. Just you got to move on. So we did see her do that in this episode. Like she was chill for the rest of the episode, which was shocking.
Shocking.
Yeah.
I thought the next day at the pool she was gonna pull him for another chat.
Do you think producers probably talked to her too and were like, "This, you got to stop. Everyone can't doesn't want to be around you. You're causing everyone to be nervous and scared. Like the vibe is off. Like no one, even the couples can't talk to each other because of this drama. Like no one is connecting because of this drama." So I felt like it was more like Taylor did get to her, but I also felt like it was a bigger force as well, telling her
Yeah.
like,
No, for
"You got
sure.
to
'Cause she
chill."
did seem to calm down quite a bit.
Uh-huh.
And I do think that, production does see what's going on online. And I do
Hmm.
think that they have the rest of the season to try and give her a redemption.
Yeah.
And if they can, in any way, shape, or form, so that something turns around before she gets out of this villa and sees everything, I think
Hmm.
they're gonna try and do that.
Yeah.
And we see Sierra have a talk with her too, and we see the
Hmm.
girls have a talk about her in the dressing room. But again, like you said, nobody's being direct with her. They're still leading her to believe that Jeremiah is the problem because even
Uh-huh.
in her talk with Sierra, it was the way it was worded. It's like Jeremiah doesn't deserve you. You need to
Yeah.
move on. You know what I mean? You shouldn't be begging for a man that doesn't want you, or that Jeremiah was wrong for some way for picking Iris. He's not,
Yeah.
you
No.
know?
Yeah,
So
it does feel a little bit like it's so weird how like everything we're saying on social media, then the next episode we watch, it's like, oh, that happens. It's almost like it could be just naturally the way things are falling, but it sometimes feels like they're taking a little direction because it's like everyone's like, these girls need to call her out. And now we like see these little conversations like Amaya calls her out and Sierra
yeah.
calls her out. And it's
Yeah.
like
So
that
going
definitely could
viral
just
that the
be.
girls like, this is fake. Like y'all are being fake. This isn't what we want when we say sisterhood. This isn't what we want. Like
Hmm.
PPG kept it real with each other, and then now it's like they keep
Yeah.
it real with each other. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Yeah,
Yeah, it's feeling like a little bit like they're being directed, but also it definitely could just be natural. Like they are hitting that point, right? Like we are behind on seeing them, right? So like we see an episode and this is how we feel, but they're already a day or two ahead, right? So it's definitely just could be how they probably just feel fed up with her like the way we do watching. So
yeah,
it might not be directed, but yeah, sometimes it feels a little bit like, oh, this is weird. Like we said this should happen and now it's happening.
yeah. What
It's
did
like
you feel about her and Sierra's chat?
I thought, it was good that Sierra said that to her. I thought it was good to let her know, like, I almost sent you home. And I think it's a little bit more real than how they've been acting the past, like, previous days with, like, laughing in her face, like, everything's good, and then being scared behind her back. So I like that they're being more direct with her.
Yeah,
Yeah. But
yeah.
I'm like,
But I mean, it seemed to work. It seemed to work.
it
She
did.
didn't interrupt any chats at the pool that day. We got to see a lot more fun stuff this episode. I feel like they put the heavy stuff in the beginning, and
Yeah.
it was just a sprinkle of Jeremiah and Huda. It wasn't the Huda show.
Yeah, that
As
was
it has
nice.
been the last 3 or 4 episodes, and I was like, that was good. Like, if they put a little bit of drama in there and then let it, and then let it have some fun because I thought this
Hmm.
episode was so much fun. They Megan the Stallion came in this episode. They did a twerk
Yes.
contest. Like it was really refreshing. I think I love the scene when Meg like came into the dressing room and she's talking to all the girls and you could tell that she really really watches the show. And
Uh-huh.
so this was a good opportunity for Meg, although it's not her responsibility, to kind of give Huda an insight of what America thinks about her. And I feel like she had her moment and she was going for it. She was like, girl, and like put her head
Yeah.
down. And Hunter's like, what? And she just was like, your face card, Dr. God. Like, you know what I mean? She just
Yeah.
completely diverted, gave her a
Mhm.
compliment, and she's like, see? And she's just like, you stood on business. Like you stood 10 times validating her behavior. But
Yeah.
again, I think Meg, when she was going to tell her, I feel like she was going to tell her because she was like, girl, you know,
Yeah.
I know that girl. That means you about to say some real ass shit. But
Mhm.
I think when Huda was like, what? Meg probably realized this can go badly and I just want to
Yeah.
have a good night. So let
Mhm.
me just deflect, give her a compliment, and just say something nice. And then,
Yeah.
Huda just can go on living in delusion. Like, see, she gets it. Like,
Yes.
no, I don't think she does, but okay.
Right? Like, see, most people would get it. Like when Megan was like, "Oh, girl," like she'd be like, "Oh, that's not good." Like if someone said that, but Huda doesn't get it. She's just like, "What?" Most people would read the room, and when Megan was like, "Girl," she would have been like, "Oh shit, like that's not good." Like she's calling me out here, like trying to say like get it together, but Huda just doesn't get it. It goes over her head. She's like, "What? Like what's the big deal?" You know? And then
Yeah.
when she said stand on business, like most people would sense that where it's like she doesn't want to be mean, so she's trying to give me a compliment. That's all she can say, and instead she took it like she takes it and runs with it. Where it's like,
Yeah.
oh, so America is
You
against
yeah,
Jeremiah.
me, it's not
Yeah.
me. Yeah, but I love that Meg is clearly a fan of the show. I love that she said
Hmm.
something about each girl. She even called Hannah
Yeah.
out, basically. Like Hannah tried to be like, "Oh yeah, it's a subject we gotta talk about."
Yeah.
Hey,
Right.
girl, not that sensitive. Or like, rest in peace, move on because you did, you know.
Yeah.
So, but yeah,
No, I'm surprised she even remembers Charlie's name at this point. So I watched some of his interviews today and
mhm.
he was really like laying it on thick. Like, I can't watch the show. It's so heartbreaking. It should be me. And like, I saw they went on a date, but I know they had to. And it's like, somebody tell him they didn't have to. They wanted to.
Somebody tell him that they've been doing stuff since you left that they didn't have
Yeah.
to do, bruh. Like,
No, he was actually saying the reason he went on Love Island USA is because last summer he was dating an American girl and
mhm,
she showed him the show. And then like she broke up with him or they broke up because of the distance thing. And he
mhm.
was like, "Oh, you're gonna see me next summer." And so he applied and like got on the show just because she watches the show, which is kind of funny
It is
and
funny,
weird.
but it's
But
also like you didn't even like do your big one on the show. Like you were quiet,
no.
barely got any airtime. Nobody wanted you. None of the girls stood up for you. So now I'm actually embarrassed for you. Charlie.
And now he's off the
And now
show.
you're
So
gonna be off, and your bitch has just moved on with flying colors. Like she hasn't thought about you one time.
no, the second he was gone, he was forgotten. But did you watch Sex in the City?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. So Charlotte on the show,
Mhm.
Kristen Davis has a podcast now. It's
Okay.
called like Are You a Charlotte? So Megan the Stallion was just on her podcast like last week. 'Cause she's like into that show, knows everything about that show. So I love seeing her on this show too. I'm like, she likes all the shows that we like.
Yeah,
It's so cool
she's
because
such like that. Like you could tell that she actually watched the show. I love that she was telling the girls stuff that happened on the show, asking about the boys, and the guys were shook when they seen her. Like when Nick is so funny to me. I think he's my favorite guy, to be honest. Like when he was like something something body yaddy, like down with the brown. I don't care what anybody says. Nick is down with the brown. I am so
I want him and Olandria to get together.
I
Like, please,
want, yes,
please.
hashtag Nicolandria is a trending hashtag on
It's how it should
TikTok.
be.
I don't, unfortunately, it's just not going to happen because of Sierra.
No,
Olandria
I
and
just
Sierra are too close.
I can't with Taylor and Olandra anymore. Did you see them at the Soul Ties after this recoupling?
Hmm.
And they were like, could not be sitting farther apart. They're like laying back, not touching, not kissing. They were just like, they just don't have that chemistry. They both are amazing individually, but they don't have that for each other.
Yeah.
Like they cannot fake it. You can't.
Hmm.
And it was like they kind of turned it up before they were coupling with the little kiss and stuff, but now that they're together again, it's like back to retreating and not touching. I don't know. Maybe it's a slow burn, but this is a real slow burn
This is too
because
slow. It's like,
then you see Hannah and Pepe and the blankets. going
There was
bumping the
more
night.
to her blankets. After she licked her hand, or she spit on her hand, or licked her hand. I don't know if she was trying to lubricate her genitals or if she was lubricating his. But the hand spit was crazy.
Maybe she was just washing her hands.
No, Ashley, come on. You got kids. You know what that is about. Did she spit on her hand and slipped his thingy in, or she spit on her hand and like gave him a little rub?
Oh my God. They don't give lube there. Like,
Yes, A or B, or both.
oh my gosh, Charlie is not on her mind at all. It's crazy. Because, yeah, that, like I said, they're the only two with sexual chemistry in this whole villa besides, yeah, they won't be named Huda and, Jeremiah. But the other couples, I still haven't seen that, yeah, sexualness from them.
I see. I fear like Hannah was doing stuff in the back of Charlie too, wasn't she?
Yeah, you said she's a,
Yeah.
she's a,
She's a hot girl. Hot girl Hannah.
she's there for a hot girl summer. She's having
a
it.
hot girl summer. I call her Hannah the Hoochie, but I said you know what?
That's what I was going for.
Hey, live your best.
We're not slut shaming here. That's if you're young and single in that villa, what else? Why not? Go for it.
Yeah. So do you think they did the Humpty Dumpty, or you think she just you think she just
I don't know. A little of both.
Then she's gonna tell the girls in the morning.
Yeah. Why would she do that though? I'm just not because there's anything wrong with that, but I just mean, yeah, it's like you just were with Charlie and now you're not sure about this guy. He is hot though. They do have the chemistry, so
yeah, and I don't think Pepe's hot, but I mean,
no.
I don't think he's not my type. The men bombshells are not bombshelling to me. But before we get to tonight's bombshell list, we have to talk about the twerk off. Like it was so funny. First of all, both the two professional dancers went first. Ace and Hannah.
Are you into Ace dancing? Does that do it for you? Because he's
yeah, kind of.
Okay. I'm like, I feel like it does for a lot of people. I don't know why. He's just like
Ace is so personable. That's why I don't get it, because it's like I watch his TikToks and he's so personable on TikTok. And then he's so personable when you see him with the boys, you know what I mean? And like in these challenges, he's so funny. And then you see him like around a girl and he's like,
I hate that. That's what I don't like. You like that?
I hate it. I hate it.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I'm like, I
hate that, like, what's up?
Yeah.
Like,
ew. Yeah, it's so cringy. Like he was being normal or like good, not doing that with Shelly this episode, and I was like, oh, I like it. He's getting into her. He's being normal, not letting down that whatever he's doing. But then when the bombshell came in at the end, he started being creepy again, and I'm like, what are you doing?
He did it instantly. I saw it in his eyes. It's like his eyes.
Me too.
Went from like.
And the lip licking and the like, yeah.
That is so cringy. Like I enjoyed his dance. I thought it was funny. I thought, Huda, girl.
Yeah. That was good.
You would never beat the bucket rumors. I'm sorry, Ashley. I'm sorry. If you know how to do the leg shake.
It looked like leg.
And you tap your wussy dissy when you do it. I'm gonna guess.
Is that
you may have been a midnight ballerina. I'm just saying. If I had to put all my money in my bank account on yes,
all your dollar bills,
I'm going to go with yes. Even though it's not confirmed. Although that mixed with the pole action.
Do midnight ballerinas in the States, they don't get naked, right? They keep their bottoms on?
They keep their bottoms on, yeah.
See, that's not so bad.
Yeah, it doesn't. I mean, it depends on the club, right?
Is there some where they do?
No, I mean, I haven't been to one where they do. They usually
in Canada,
they take
all gone. Yeah, naked.
Okay.
They do stuff. They throw stuff out of it.
Oh yeah. Wow, that's something. Like
You
a
see,
magic
like,
trick.
yeah, you see all inside and outside of the Midnight Ballerina.
No,
So,
you're right. I think they leave their bottoms on. Sometimes they don't even take their tops off, which is like, girl,
oh, okay. So it's more
hello.
like dance. Yeah, it's more like dancing then.
But
So,
it's different in every state, you know?
oh, okay, okay.
Yeah. So I don't know. I just know the California and then the Vegas ones, they're
That's
full
they're
frontal,
naked
you
there.
know?
Okay.
And then I think in Houston, I've been to one in Houston. Not that I'm a strip club connoisseur, you guys, by any means.
Give us your recommendation.
I think
I like going to them. So,
I think Houston, they do they get full frontal? I think they do. I'm not sure, but I've been to one in Houston. Clearly, I'm not paying attention. Like
yeah.
I can't remember if I seen a vagina hole or not. So I don't know. But
No.
yeah, I think the moves, the pole moves mixed with the moves I seen tonight, I'm gonna
Uh-huh.
make an educated guess and say yes.
She knows what she's doing. She won that fair and square. She won, right? Yeah,
She
she
did
won.
win. Mm-hmm.
I can't believe she was gonna not pick Olandria. Like, what
Okay.
was
Who
that
did
about?
Andrea go against Nick?
No, Austin, I
Oh,
think, right?
no, because Austin won his. Austin went with
Oh, right.
Austin won his, which his was
Yeah, it was Nick. You're right.
so
Oh, yeah,
funny.
she had a little crush on Nick, I think. Just a little
Yeah,
bit. Yeah,
yeah,
because she did say he was like the funniest guy, or that was her favorite moment when he said "mommy, mamacita."
yes.
So
She's funny. She's funny, and
she is.
Nick.
I was thinking she needs to host way more. Like she's such a natural. She was so good. She made, yeah, her commentary was so good.
It
I liked
was
it.
really
So
good. And it's because
mhm.
she's a fan of the show, which I think that that's why Ariana is also such a great host, is because she legitimately was a fan of the show. You know,
Yeah,
so I think, yeah, she almost didn't pick Nick. If Nick would have been up against any other girl, he would have won. But
yeah,
Olandria killed it. I pushed rewind like 3 times, Ashley. I felt like a lesbian. I was like,
yeah.
my God, this is amazing. Oh my God, this is great. Like, how
I
is
never
she doing
seen
that?
a butt move like that. Like she's like magic.
Yes, it's literally
Mhm.
magical. It moved like Megan the Stallion can twerk like that to her butt be moving, and you just be like,
Yeah.
she looked incredible. Her body looked
Mhm.
incredible. Her swimsuits were incredible.
Yeah, they're
What a
cute.
way to promote.
Yes, very smart.
Very
And I'm
freaking,
like,
everyone's
poor,
watching.
yeah, poor Paige that was there in her suede turtleneck. And I'm like, this is what I said. You have to be in a bikini to host this damn show. You can't be in there in a suede turtleneck. That's
That's
crazy.
actually crazy work. But yeah, we saw so Nick went against Olandria, and I think Nick is in love with Olandria, but that's just my
I do too.
delusions.
No, I agree. I agree.
I just want them. Maybe they're the slow
What?
burn. I'm just kidding.
Yeah. Well, what is her type? Have we know like exes have surfaced?
No,
We don't know
excess
like.
surface, but all I can think about is the fact that when she could pick two hearts in the beginning, she picked Taylor and Nick.
Yeah.
So that's all I keep thinking about. But yeah, so she won hers. Huda clearly won hers because
Yeah.
Ace did good. Ace did good. He's a professional dancer, but there's no way
Hmm.
he was beating Huda.
Hmm.
Austin won his against Amaya. Poor Amaya, she can't really twerk that good. I was
That was bad.
it was bad,
I
but she
feel so
wasn't
bad. I'm
fixed to
like,
save it, you know?
yeah.
And people are really going to be mad at me for saying this, but Shelly can't twerk either. Okay.
No.
She can't.
No.
It wasn't her.
She's amazing at a lot of things. You can't have it all, right?
Yeah.
It had to be something that she
Yeah.
wasn't good at. So
I love Shelly. I'm a Shelly stan, but I was like, oh, it's not really moving. Like
uh,
you can spread yourself all over Meg if you want, but it's not really moving. So
did we see Iris and
no,
Sierra twerk?
none of the
Oh, okay. I was like,
twerk.
oh.
Iris, see, well, Sierra did do a little twerk when she was doing the limbo game,
Yeah.
but no,
So do you think they must have done it, but they just didn't put it on TV to
maybe
save them the
I think
humiliation?
or they maybe teamed up and some did the limbo and some did the like
Oh, okay.
you know what I mean? They used
Yeah.
their strongest abilities. Like, okay, I'm really good at limbo. You're
Hmm.
really good at twerking. You know,
Yeah.
we're gonna use our skills. We're
Yeah. Yeah, because I was like, did I miss it? I didn't have time to go
no,
back and rewatch, but I'm like, I don't
no,
remember seeing
because
Iris twerking. I
Jeremiah didn't go.
Right.
Which of the boys didn't go? Jeremiah didn't go.
Taylor.
No, Taylor did go.
Oh, he did?
Yes, he was
It was
making all
not memorable.
these faces. He was making all
Oh,
the
no.
faces. His was really funny. Like his was
Okay.
actually really funny.
Who was he against?
I don't know.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm like, I can't remember
But
the girl
he
he was
did go,
against.
and he was making all these faces, and they were hilarious. But Jeremiah didn't go, and Ace went, Taylor went,
Pepe.
Pepe didn't go. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
Interesting.
yeah.
I know you're gonna disagree with this, but I think in the next episode we're gonna see Huda and Jeremiah. I think that performance, he doesn't care. She can literally cut his leg off and he still wants to be with her. I can just sense it. I know you don't agree, but I saw the
So
bombshell.
I've seen other people say that too.
The bombshell was kissing Iris, and I
Yeah,
feel like they're gonna be a thing, and Jeremiah's gonna go right back to Huda because she was normal for one day, and I think he's gonna be like, she's changed, she's good now.
I disagree. I think
I know.
that I think Jeremiah might go for that new bombshell. That new
Yeah.
bombshell, Ashley. Now that's a bombshell. Okay.
Yes.
The one we got, the guy, I was
Yeah.
like he's a
He's
cute
all right.
kid, he's all right, but he's not like how Shelly was like, "Ooh, he's so fucking fine." Like in her
I
confession,
was thinking, I'm like, did they pay her to say that?
I was
'Cause,
thinking that's why I was
like,
thinking when I seen the thing. There's a rumor circulating that Sean from Two Out to Him is going to be the
yes.
bombshell. Now, if that's who she was talking about, that would make sense. Like he's so fun. Now that's when you think of somebody that's so fucking fine, like
Yeah.
Sean is like,
See, I thought that was weird because the page that posted that is like a too hot to handle T page, right?
mhm,
And they said he was the new bombshell and like they had that source. I don't know what the source is,
yeah,
but I've never seen a bombshell leak before. Like I feel like that's pretty locked down good. So I kind of feel like that's a good way to
there's
get
publicity for him.
yeah, like maybe Sean chats with that page and was like, hey, maybe just start this rumor for fun, right? Because what harm does it do? And then now I looked at his page and probably a lot of people did, right? And so
Yeah,
we're like, get him on. That would be great. Get him on. So
yeah, a lot of people have been doing that. Like Hashim did it too. Like, oh,
yeah,
yeah, and I think visually Hashim would be a good fit for Love Island because he's tall, he's dark,
yeah,
he's handsome, he's got the body, he's got the nice smile, but the personality,
yeah.
I don't know.
Wait, I thought that was your man.
We broke up. No,
He looked good on TV, but did not translate
he looks good on
in
TV,
person.
but I think he's just passive. You know what I mean? Like he's real
Yeah,
mellow. He's real mellow. And I'm not real mellow, but I always think that people I always think that people that are really like mellow, but they think that they're not mellow and they think that they have this vibrant personality. I always think that that's really funny. But
yeah,
I think he would be like a really good addition to that. So I have seen a lot of like other people who have been on reality TV shows being like, "Send me in, put me in, coach."
yeah. They're like
He
begging.
he would be a great bombshell. I think I think Shelly and Olandria would turn their heads, you know?
Yeah, that's who I imagine Olandria with. Like Taylor is great, but he doesn't give her those butterflies. You can just tell, and that's hard to for a woman to like come back from. Like they've had time now. They got to know each other.
Yeah.
They she would be developing that excitement for him, and you could just tell that she's not really. So, but
Yeah.
maybe more time.
Yeah, but that's what like visually, that's what I think of when I think of a bombshell. Like when Harrison came in on his season, I
Yeah,
was like, oh my, where did this man come from? Like, you know what I mean? Or like Freddie, like someone that looks like Freddie as a bombshell. Like, you know what I mean?
they
Y'all
should send Freddie
know
in
what I
there.
mean?
That would
Just
be
somebody
good.
chiseled, somebody just like fine. Like there's not a soul on the planet that would be like, you know what I mean? So I don't know
Yeah,
if they're maybe not having a lot of men apply, but
yeah,
the bombshell today was like, mm. And it's like you hear Huda
yeah.
saying that's her type. No, that's not. Like if
No,
Jeremiah's your type, we've seen your baby daddy, we've seen your ex. Like she's got a very
yeah,
specific type, and it ain't this little bombshell walking in. She just wants to be
no.
attracted to him because she needs somebody right now. But it looks like the boy bombshell's gonna go for Iris,
Yeah.
the girl Bombshell is gonna go. We seen her.
They didn't show anything, right? Or did
Saw
they?
her talking to Nick.
Oh, right. And Sierra was talking to the
Nick.
Bombshell. Yeah.
Everybody likes Nick, and I think it might be his personality, but I also think Nick is really cute. But when the
Yeah.
Bombshell walked in, she said Jeremiah, Ace, or Nick. So
Right.
I think I mean, we seen her talking to Nick, and then we did see the new Bombshell. Sierra tell the new Bombshell she's interested in getting to know him.
Yeah, that was interesting. I wonder if that was because Nick was talking to the Bombshell at the same time, and so she was like, "Uh-oh, I better."
If that Bombshell walked in, Ashley, trying to get my man, I would literally just give him to her because
Yeah.
I'm not
I'm
competing.
not competing with that.
I'm not competing with that. Like, you win, girl. You can
No.
have it. I'm
I just
out.
And I just followed her on Instagram, and she just graduated with her bachelor's degree. So she's educated, she's
Yeah.
gorgeous. She
Young.
didn't say what the degree was in. She just says bachelor's degree, but
Yeah. She's
a
like
degree is a
24.
degree.
Like, she's a bad bitch. Like, even like she had a really big following on social media before she even
Yeah.
entered the villa.
Yeah,
They
she's
didn't
at
tag
like
me.
100.
They didn't tag
No,
me.
I found her.
Yeah, they didn't
Just
tag
because her name is a little, it's Andreina? Andreina? How do you say
Andrea.
that?
Yeah. Yeah, my friend had found her page and sent it to me too, so I did look and I was like, "Oh my God, yeah. She's so fine. Like, just
Yeah.
so fine." I was like, "Oh my God." I
Yeah.
do wonder, like, wait, and this is not me, like, this is not on no hater shit because she's fine as fuck. Is her booty real?
I would think no. I
Audience.
don't know.
Audience, let me know. I have to go back and look. I can actually
Uh-huh.
probably observe on her
I should
Instagram.
make sure I was looking at the right girl because I did that wrong last time. So
Yeah, I mean, the size match. It wasn't till I didn't realize
oh
that
yeah, no, it's her.
yeah, she's so yes. So if she was trying to get my man, girl, I would have just been like, girl, I'm not even about to play this game with you. Like, you can have
I
it.
know, right?
So
Yeah.
I think I don't know, we see her talking to Nick, but we don't see anything too much. But oh girl, Ace. Ace.
Yeah, he was too
Ace.
excited. Way too
Ace.
excited.
When it was like, oh, we're not are you guys mad you guys don't get your Bombshell? And he's like, I'm tight. Or what did he say? He didn't
Yeah.
say I'm sick. I'm sick.
Yeah.
Why would you say I'm
I'm
sick?
over him.
I'm sick.
Gosh.
I'm sick.
I
Lita goes, Shelly, take note of that because, and then the new Bombshell comes in and you're like dapping up all
yeah.
the boys, all excited like that. If this
That
man,
would give me the ick forever. Like for Shelly, I'm like, she's way too good to even deal with that for a second. Like I hope she doesn't put up with that.
yeah, because it seems to me like he's gonna give her that same talk, like, I'm trying to get to know you, but like, I'm trying to explore, and those instant eyes, the instant
Yeah.
fucking eyes, like, you know what I mean? Mm-mm.
It's gonna be the last day in there. He's gonna be like, I'm just keeping my door open
What Keenan
for
did. That's what Keenan did in his season.
Yeah.
Remember? That's what Keenan
Yeah.
did. So do you think he's gonna go for the Bombshell?
No, honestly, I feel like it was just a little show, but what, like, for what? Like, what is he doing? It's
You
like he
don't think he's
always
gonna attempt
wants.
to go with her? He's not gonna try and get to know her.
I think he'll have a chat with her. I mean, she did say she was interested in him, but like, I just visually, maybe because he's shorter, I don't know. I just don't feel like that's her type. But she said she was into him. But for me,
She
I'm just like,
did. She said they were
eh.
he was really good looking, but depending on her height, if she's taller than him, that's
Yeah,
kind of an instant ick. And Jeremiah is really, really tall. And I mean, who like I would say like, oh, like this whose type is not this? I'm just saying, like
yeah,
Jeremiah, I think if Iris is going
yeah.
to jump over there, then maybe Jeremiah is going to jump to that Bombshell. And then once again, Hud is left with nobody. But I have
Mhm.
seen other people online saying they think that Huda and Jeremiah are going to like end up back together, which we don't want to see.
Yeah.
And maybe they think it's going to be this moment of like, well, we broke up and we had some problems and then we came back together and we won.
Hmm.
No, you're not Serena and Cordell. Calm down. Why do I
Hmm.
keep hearing people say that Casa Amor is in 2 episodes?
Well, it's supposed to be around 20, right? I think that's where we're at
Well,
on
we're on
set.
episode tonight was episode 15.
Oh, right, we forgot to say that. So, episode 15.
Yeah, tonight was episode
So
15. So,
then tomorrow night is 16. And
mhm.
then after sun would be 17.
Uh-huh.
Then Sunday would be 18,
Mhm.
19, 20. Tuesday should be Casa Amor. And that
I don't
makes
know
sense
why
because then
people kept
Wednesday.
saying that Casa Amor was going to be around 4th of July.
Well, yeah, I think it's right after usually. No, right before.
Right.
Because 4th of July is still a while from
Yeah.
now, right?
4th of July is still 2 weeks away.
Yeah. No, that makes sense. It should be on Tuesday, I think,
Right.
around then. Because then they have a big cliffhanger for the Wednesday.
Okay.
So that makes sense. Yeah.
Okay.
A couple more episodes. So I think, yeah, I honestly they didn't show Jeremiah or Huda talking to anyone in this preview. And I think as soon as that challenge was over, they got right back together. That's just my guess. And they're gonna be all lovey-dovey until Casa Amor. Because who doesn't want to see that? They know we want to see that. They're gonna let them get back together, and then it's gonna be fireworks again.
She's gonna
But
get she if she sees Casa Amor and Jeremiah doing, if they get back together and then Jeremiah turns his head in Casa Amor, it's just, I don't know. I don't want to see
I
it.
know.
I just don't want
No.
to see it. What could you want more than like, this girl is beautiful. Like, what do you think you're
Yeah.
gonna find in Casa Amor? So I feel like if this girl's not Jeremiah's type, you see, she was all nice. Huda was all nice to this bombshell. Oh my God. Because
Yeah.
she didn't have no man to be worried about. If she was still with Jeremiah and this bombshell walked in, this is the best looking bombshell we've had so far, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Female. I feel like her energy towards that new bombshell would have been really different.
I think she's just being smart for a second, finally. Like I've been saying for the last few episodes that we've done, where I'm like, if she could just control that for a little bit and act like she doesn't care because Jeremiah's toxic too, that's gonna drive him crazy and he's gonna be into her again. And she's finally figured that out. I don't know what's taken her so long, but I think she's realized if she just, or maybe she's realized like there's nothing else to do.
You're giving
Yeah.
her too much credit too soon. I think she's on her best behavior because she knows the rest of the house is fed up with her and
Yeah.
everyone's mad at her. So she's like, let me chill for now because
Well, and I think
mad at me.
yeah, and I think she also knows she's not in a couple, right? So she has to get somebody to pick her or she's out of there. So
Yeah, and it's
I
like, who the
think
fuck would want to get to know you at this point?
yeah, I think her only objective right now is getting picked. So she can't be acting crazy or she's definitely not getting picked by anyone.
Right.
So
Right.
but yeah, I just thought it was weird. They didn't show them at all in the preview, but they did show Iris kissing him.
How
So
often do we get a recoupling? Because at the next recoupling, the girls are gonna get to choose.
yeah. I don't know. It feels like it's been very often lately. So I feel like it has to be a couple.
Well, we've only really gotten what? We've only gotten one, which the one
Yeah.
one that we've only gotten two really, because we got one, and that's the one where Ace picked Amaya, and like they seem to be together forever. I was like, my God, like what, you guys are still coupled up? Then we had the America Vote one, but it only made two new couples, and
Yeah.
they only stayed together, and then we had where they actually got to pick with this door one. So we really only had
Yeah.
two. So I'm like, so would we get one every maybe
I
every
think
week?
we will be getting one on Sunday. I'm guessing they'll like end tomorrow night's episode with Ariana walking in, that very dramatic like recoupling is coming. So that's that's my guess. I don't know.
Okay.
I should know. I watch every season, but I'm like, I don't know what's
I'm
gonna happen
curious
next.
to see what happens tomorrow with these new bombshells and who they're gonna go for. My guess is Jeremiah's gonna end up with the new one. Iris is gonna end up with the boy one. But we'll see.
Yeah. And then who will Huda end up with?
Her
The door?
Yeah.
Her suitcase?
Exactly. The door.
One-way ticket to wherever she's from. I forget.
That's my guess.
I still think Beldash is coming back, but I feel like it's too late now. We don't care anymore. I mean, yeah, she really pushed that whole thing with her and Taylor. So if there was actually something there, then that could be interesting.
Yeah, I think it would be more interesting to bring Charlie back in Casa for Hannah than it would to bring Beldasha back at this point, because
I agree. I agree. I wonder if they just keep them on like standby to see what happens and if they do need them. Like they don't even know yet what they're gonna do.
Right.
So
Right. But we'll see. We'll see tomorrow night. We got
yeah,
we at least got one episode, and then we don't have one Saturday, and then we have
yeah,
Sunday, Monday, Tuesday is like the best day because we get 3 in a row.
I know, right? Yeah, so much goes down between Sunday and Tuesday. It's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thanks for joining us for our Love Island USA episode 15 recap. And we will see you guys probably tomorrow because we're here all the time. So,
Yeah.
and thanks, guys. Have a good day, good night, whatever it is.
We almost forgot, like, obviously, the talk of the week, if you guys are not on TikTok or Instagram and out of the loop for any reason, there's a huge rumor circulating that Ace and Shelly are scamming the viewers and that they've known each other for months and actually been dating for months. And
Yeah.
that's why they haven't kissed outside of challenges and won't kiss other people because that they're in a relationship. And the
Yeah.
most ridiculous part about it, tell them, Ashley.
Yeah,
That's
somebody.
where this rumor started.
Yeah. Somebody apparently put up like a friends only story, and it was this long thing about Ace and Shelly, how they're scamming everyone. They've dated for months or years, and you know that he had shouted her out on a TikTok live and all this stuff. And there was no name where this came from. There was no source. There was no proof whatsoever.
Yeah.
And for some reason, which usually most of the creators we know are good about not resharing stuff that clearly looks fake, but for some reason everybody picked this up and was saying it was true, that this came from a good source, it was a friend.
Yes.
And yeah,
I'm trying to find it for you guys. Everyone just assumed that because it was like a close friends story, an alleged close friends story, this is what it looked like. Like literally, this is what it looked like. It was
it's
just
just
words.
writing.
Oh,
Yeah,
you can see a close friends icon up at the top but no username. So it was painted to look like somebody just got this wording off of Instagram from somebody who intended for it only to be to their close friends, and then they posted it on Twitter and Reddit. And
yeah,
I'm like, there's no username to even see if this user actually posted it on Instagram for real, or if they actually even knew Shelly or Ace. But so many people picked up the story and ran with it to the point where it had millions and millions of views.
yeah,
And we, of course, debunked it because
yeah.
it's like clearly anybody can make one of these. And you know how I know that is because there was one, the exact same one was made about Huda and Jeremiah. So you guys can see here that instead of Chase, Shelly and Ace, that's their name together.
I was gonna say I like it.
It's Huda and Jeremiah, and it has the same thing, you know? So
Yeah.
I think nobody did any research into it. Nobody, like everybody just picked it up and
Yeah.
ran with it. And then what we were able to disprove was that a reverse image search was done on this image before it went viral, and it was shown that the only place that it was posted was Twitter and Reddit. And on Twitter, the user said they got it from Reddit, and on Reddit, the user said they got it from Twitter, and it was the
Yeah.
same user, and they were posted
Yeah.
around the same time. So, and then
Mhm.
obviously the fact that there's one about Huda and Jeremiah that looks exactly the same, and then
Yeah.
the tidbit of information that they did give about this video, this
TikTok live thing.
TikTok live, you had actually found the full.
Yeah, the caption says, like, obviously Ace does a lot of shout outs on his page. And so it was like Ace helped someone shout out their partner, Shelly. And everybody, for some reason, just cut off the caption and shared the video. Ace was asking people to help him shout out his partner, Shelly. They like totally twisted it around, but it was some person, you know, when you're on a TikTok live and people in the comments are like, shout out this, shout out that. Like, you don't shout out your own people when you're doing a TikTok live. You're reading comments and you're shouting out what they're asking. So yeah, people ran with that one too. So even like I listened to the Vial Files today, and even they were putting it out there. Like Ace and Shelly knew each other, and like everyone is trying to debunk them as a couple on the show. for some reason, which I mean, I'm not the biggest Ace fan, so I don't, for reasons the way he's acting on the show, I'm not thinking that they've come in here as this fake, like they are in a serious relationship and they've been together for months. Like someone would have pictures, their family, their friends, somebody would have come forward.
Yeah,
So,
I'm like the even just reading that, even if you didn't like if you just didn't think to do any research on it, just reading it, it doesn't even sound believable. Like to think
yeah.
that you've been in a like the caption also said, or the comment also said, like their whole all their circles know about this, like it's well known within the group. She's been around his homies, he's been around hers.
Mhm.
You don't think that there would be one picture of these people together that would have leaked? This show is huge. It would have leaked. Somebody would
Yeah.
have seen these two and recognized them and said, I seen them at a bar. I seen them at a restaurant. I seen them. Something would be out
Yeah.
there. They would be in a photo together, or somebody would come forward. The expectation that every single friend and family member or anybody who knows them as a couple is going to stay silent is ridiculous.
Yeah.
I feel like it's obvious that anybody could go on Instagram and write out a story and act like they posted it to their close friends. And so I'm very surprised at the amount of people who picked this up and ran with it. And I
Yeah.
tried to make a video debunking it, but of course it hasn't gone as viral as the negative, the negatives
Yeah.
of and it can affect the vote, you know,
Yeah. And we're
eventually.
not saying like we don't know that it's not true. We're saying there is no proof or receipts that it is true. And so if eventually one of their friends or family comes forward with photos or some kind of proof, we would tell you guys that immediately. That's what we do. We prove it first, but there is no proof. So we're not saying we know for sure this isn't a thing, but we know for sure that there is no proof that it is. So
Yeah,
they might just,
I know,
people are
I know.
guessing.
What we do know for sure is that that IG story was not
No,
proven to actually have been posted on Instagram anywhere. Like
no.
it was not. Nobody got that screenshot from an Instagram and put it on Twitter or Reddit. They just put it on Twitter or Reddit, which I'm assuming
Yeah.
that the person who created it just put it on Twitter and Reddit. And I don't know. It to
Yeah.
me, Shelly and Ace already admitted to having some type of relationship with each other.
Yeah.
They admitted it, they acknowledged it, that they were social media friends. They had met each other outside of a club and exchanged information. And I think just recently, one of Ace's friends actually came out, and I did check. This guy does actually follow Ace. Ace follows him back. And apparently, he goes live with Ace all the time. He said that that Ace was on a birthday trip. He said he was on this birthday trip with Ace when he met Shelly. He said they exchanged information and nothing came of it because of the long distance. So he
Yeah.
was like, this whole them knowing each other and all that. He's like, they haven't talked to each other. And I think the guy said he said months because I think the birthday trip was like last year. He's like, they haven't talked to each other in a minute. Like basically, he said that this story is bullshit. They haven't been dating for
Yeah.
months. So,
Yeah.
so yeah, that I just it seems kind
Yes.
of
Just
obvious to me not to just believe words on a screen, but
yeah. Yeah. It's shocking that people would take a Instagram story from no user and consider that proof. So yeah, we've had like AI articles and lots of things where you're like, oh, could this be true or not? But it seems like an anonymous Instagram story would be obvious that it's not
yeah,
proof. So
yeah.
if we hear anything that is proof or receipts, we will share that. But yeah, people obviously yesterday were asking us like, "Oh, what about this? What about Ace and Shelly?" But we're like, "There's no proof. There's nothing. It's just
Yeah,
a
yeah.
fake story." So
Like this is a fake Instagram story, but
yes,
like I said, show me a picture of them pre-villa. That's a receipt.
yeah,
That's proof that they knew each other more than just seeing each other outside of a club and
yes,
liking each other's social media posts. I did see something circulating today too that people sent me of Ace allegedly liking some of Huda's old photos.
yeah,
Uh, and again, that could be it was a really old photo of Huda and it allegedly had 2 likes from Ace, but when I went and searched the same photos, there's no likes.
uh,
So that's what I'm saying. Like it's like, and at this point, you don't know if it's the person. Like now, if the cast follow each other, it's not T because they do have someone running their social media accounts, and they could
yeah,
go follow. their fellow cast members on behalf of the person they're representing.
Yep.
So that's not really tea, but I like the person was trying to make it seem like that's why Ace hates Jeremiah. Ace just has a lot of people that don't like him. So
Yeah.
obviously that video was like on its way to going viral. And I'm like, I went and checked the pictures myself and there's no like on it from Ace. There's no
Yeah.
follow from Ace. Like, so.
Yeah. It's hard. It's hard because there's so much fake stuff out there. So it's hard to know what to believe. But yeah, if there's no source of the information, it's usually not true. So
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah. So that's the tea on Ace and Shelly. That's the update.
That's the tea.